If you never seen a lamprey before and didn't know what it was, you'd think it was a snake in the water. But it's a fish. It's the oldest fish in the whole world. 450 million years, it's older than a dinosaur. The Willamette Falls is the place where there's more lamprey than any other location in the Northwest. There used to be millions going over the Willamette Falls at one time.
They were such a big aspect of the ecosystem, but people viewed them as pests, and so they would just poison the river to kill all of them. So they really have been hurting. And the general public didn't really perceive it because they didn't really have a connection to it. So it was really the tribes that diverted attention to it, saying, because it's part of our culture, and raising the alarm that we're going to lose these creatures unless we do something. Today our goal was to release into the wild 25 lamprey that have been held at the Oregon, the zoo, since last June, so that they can spawn in nature and continue their life cycle. Other lamprey that were collected were taken directly from Willamette Falls and put into rivers in the upper Willamette. But the 25 were held back not only so people can learn more about lamprey, but also so that they can be tracked to see reproductive success compared to the ones that were placed there without any stay in the zoo. It gives us a great opportunity to monitor them, to be able to give them scans, tests to gauge their health. It's really valuable for the lamprey to be at the zoo. They're such a part of the Pacific Northwest ecosystem, kind of the founding members. You get to meet the animals themselves, but also the great information around it of showing how meaningful they are to the tribes of this region and to our culture.
I grew up in a fishing family. My father fished. My grandfather fished. When they brought lamprey home, I first looked at it and I wasn't really sure what to think. But when my grandmother cooked it up, it was delicious. My father used to make us go with him to harvest lamprey at the Willamette Falls. So we'd go there, get a bunch of them in our pickup, bring them back and distribute them amongst the tribal members that couldn't go down there and get them themselves. We would take them home and the ladies would cut them up, preserve them, put them away for winter time so that we would have that food to utilize. We're trying to rebuild the lamprey population. Get the word out that this is a fish that historically the tribes utilized. They're older than all the other species in the Columbia River. They should be respected.
The partnership between the Columbia River Intertribal Fish Commission and the zoo, I think it really gives people that opportunity to learn and to kind of fall in love with them. And I don't know what it is about them, but like people, when they get to know them, they seem to weirdly fall in love with them and they become advocates. This work is so big of restoring fish, restoring the ecosystem. The tribes can't do it by themselves. It's only by educating everybody who calls this place home that we have any hope of actually succeeding. What's next with this project is the next round of lamprey will be coming in. This is a multi-year project to try to see how well that they can repopulate into these areas that hadn't had lamprey for like 100 years. As we continue that opportunity to learn, to further that science, we can work with the zoo, holding our lamprey ambassadors that will still get their chance to spawn in nature, but they'll be able to meet millions of people to learn more about them and how unique they are.
I hope the population flourishes in the right environment, with the right water quality, with the right temperatures. They can flourish. The natural resources that we have. They're here for a limited amount of time. They're here because the Creator put them there. And it's up to us to do something for them on their behalf because they can't speak for themselves. So we have to speak for them and we have to work on behalf of their survival. That's all of us.